Autobiography of James Lindsay Smith. James Lindsay Smith was born a slave on a plantation in Northern Neck, Virginia. Because a childhood accident left him permanently injured, he was given positions on the plantation that enabled him to avoid the worst rigors of field labor. In his youth, Smith was sold to an owner in Headsville, Virginia, and from there he was hired out to become a cook on board of a ship. After his maritime employment, Smith returned to Headsville, where he converted to Christianity at age 18 and conducted prayer meetings for other slaves. After being sent by his master to learn shoemaking, Smith escaped to Springfield, Massachusetts in 1838, and there he eventually acquired his own shoe shop, a job that he previously learned when he was working for Master Smith. He also attended a school in Wilbraham, Massachusetts, where he obtained a license to preach. Smith spent 20 years preaching in a Methodist church. He married Emmeline Minerva Platt in 1842, and together they had 3 daughters and 1 son. Nothing is known about Smith's life after 1881, when his narrative was published. James Lindsay Smith fought for liberty and human dignity in an era of social and political upheaval. In this autobiography, Smith explains that one of his first childhood memories involved helping a woman carrying firewood with an unnamed boy. While carrying timber, the woman fell, causing the wood to drop on the boys, damaging Smith's knees and crushing the foot of the other boy. This accident claimed the life of a boy and nearly took Smith's as well. Smith eventually regained the ability to walk but was left with a permanent limp. After both of his parents died, Smith was allowed by his master to become a sailor on the ship of a Mr. Mitchell. Smith stayed 2 years on board, with him being very cruel. Due to the cruel treatment infringed by his master, Mr. Mitchell, James Smith decided that he would jump overboard and end his life. When he got the opportunity, Smith jumped overboard and into the ocean. However, after doing this, Smith had an immediate change of heart and attempted to swim back to the ship, but Smith's attempts were futile and he nearly drowned. The captain reached into the water and pulled him out. When his ship docked in Carter's Creek, Virginia, Smith found an opportunity to run away from the abusive captain by getting on board another vessel headed toward Headsville, Virginia. After returning to his former plantation, Smith began to fake leg injuries. This caused his masters to deem him unfit for labor in the crop fields, and he was sent to Fairfield, Connecticut, to learn shoemaker's trade. After learning this trade, Smith was brought back to Headsville, where his master opened a shoe shop and employed him. After his adventure on the shoe trading, he was sold to a new master, Smith and 2 fellow slaves called Zip and Lorenzo, and they conspired to run away. They made their escape in May 1838, and they traveled by foot, canoe, horse, and ship. After days of escape, they arrived in Philadelphia, where Zip and Lorenzo boarded a ship to Europe. After the fugitive slave law passed in 1850, Smith traveled back to his birthplace to search for his brothers and sisters. He found his brother, whom he had not seen over 30 years. In addition to these personal recollections, Smith dedicates a part of the text to his feelings on the Civil War. This book, The Autobiography of James Lindsay Smith, is an arousing book of memoirs of an African-American minister, James Lindsay Smith. In this memoir, Smith spoke of violence and prejudice that came his way as lecturer, emphasizing and speaking out against slavery's evils. The work also incorporates accounts of the Civil War. It also includes dramatic depictions of key battles and the distraction on the South, along with his observations of African American emigrating to the North. The story of James Smith is a multifaceted and touches upon slavery, racial issues, education, political history, and religion. This book presents a valuable opportunity to educate people with a powerful and inspiring testimony of how a runaway slave traveled north for freedom and how settling in the North changed Smith's life. The intention of James Smith to write in this book was to find a way to get into the readers' hearts of those readers who are still helping African American slaves in their efforts for liberty. By reading this narrative, you will understand the chattels of slavery. Voices from slavery. Thanks for watching.